LG B5 OLED versus Samsung S85F OLED. Straight up, one of these is built for movie nights in a dark room, the other is built to survive a sunny living room without washing out. That's the whole fight. If you watch a lot of films at night and care about deep blacks and Dolby Vision, one of these fits cleanly. If your TV lives in a bright room and gets used for sports, gaming, and everyday stuff, the other makes more sense. Both link below with the current price. Picture quality in movies and dark scenes. This is where OLED earns its money, and both deliver the perfect blacks and infinite contrast that make a Blu-ray of Blade Runner or a moody episode of The Bear actually look the way it should. Pixel-level lighting, no blooming around subtitles, shadow detail that holds together in dark scenes without crushing. So far, a tie. But here's where they split. The LG B5 supports Dolby Vision. The Samsung S85F does not, period. Samsung is stubborn about HDR10 Plus and refuses to add Dolby Vision support, and that matters more than the spec sheet makes it sound. Most of the heavy hitters on Netflix, Disney Plus, Max, and Apple TV Plus are mastered in Dolby Vision. On the LG, you get the dynamic scene-by-scene tone mapping. On the Samsung, the same title falls back to regular HDR10, and in dark scenes, you can lose a bit of that fine shadow gradation. For movie nights in a dark room, the B5 is the cleaner pick. No fluff about it. Tone mapping on bright highlights is closer than you'd think, and color accuracy out of the box is solid on both in filmmaker or movie mode. But if your TV exists to watch films at night, the B5 has the edge. Bright room performance and reflections. Now the table flips. The S85F runs noticeably brighter on highlights, especially on Samsung's newer OLED panels, which push harder than LG's entry B series. We're talking a meaningful gap on small specular highlights in HDR, sun on water, explosions, neon. The B5 is LG's most affordable OLED, and brightness is exactly where LG cut to hit that price. In a sunlit living room with the blinds open, the Samsung holds punch better. Reflection handling is also where Samsung's anti-glare coating tends to be a step ahead on their OLED line. The B5 has a glossier finish that mirrors lamps and windows more. If your TV faces a big window or sits in a room with a lot of ambient light, that's the Samsung's territory. Real talk, if you've got a bright living room and you are leaning B5 just for Dolby Vision, think about it twice. Gaming performance and HDMI 2.1. Both are excellent gaming TVs, and this is where OLED in general crushes everything else. Near instant response, low input lag in game mode, VRR, ALLM, the full package. The B5 runs 4K at 120 Hz with the proper HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, supports G-Sync and FreeSync, and LG's Game Optimizer overlay is genuinely useful. The S85F pushes a bit further with support up to 144 Hz for PC gamers, and Samsung's Game Bar is just as polished. One thing to flag. On the B5, only 2 of the 4 HDMI ports are full HDMI 2.1. The Samsung is more generous with bandwidth across more ports. If you've got a PS5, an Xbox Series X, a Switch, and a soundbar all fighting for inputs, that matters. For pure console gaming on 1 or 2 machines, they're a wash. For a heavier setup, the S85F gives you more room. Motion and upscaling. Both handle 24p film cadence cleanly, and judder is well controlled with the right settings. Samsung's upscaler tends to be a touch sharper on and lower bitrate sports streams, which is worth knowing if you watch a lot of broadcast football. LG is right behind, not a real gap. Smart TV platform. WebOS on the LG is fast, clean, and the Magic Remote with the pointer is honestly the best remote in the business for non-tech-savvy partners. Tizen on the Samsung has every app under the sun, but pushes more ads on the home screen, which gets old. For daily living room use, the LG feels lighter. Burn-in and long-term confidence. Both have pixel refresher cycles, logo dimming, and the usual OLED care suites. Modern OLEDs in 2025 and 2026 are far more resistant than the first generations, and reports of burn-in on normal mixed viewing have gotten rare. Both come with standard 1-year warranties in the US. Nothing here that should scare you off either set. Price and overall value. They tend to land in a similar range, with the B5 usually sitting a bit lower since it's LG's entry OLED tier. The Samsung holds its price more firmly but goes on sale during major events. The B5 gives you Dolby Vision and WebOS for less money. The S85F gives you more brightness, better anti-glare, and slightly more gaming headroom for a bit more. Both are real OLEDs, and neither one is the wrong call. It just depends on the room you're putting it in. Here's the call. There's no single winner here, and I won't fake one. These are 2 real OLEDs built for different rooms, and that's what decides it. If you watch a lot of movies at night and want Dolby Vision doing the heavy lifting on Netflix and Disney Plus, the LG B5 is the cleaner pick. WebOS and the Magic Remote are a bonus for the whole household. If your TV lives in a bright living room, faces a window, or pulls double duty for sports and a heavier gaming setup with multiple consoles, the Samsung S85F is the better fit. More brightness, better anti-glare, more HDMI 2.1 headroom. The B5 tends to drop more during sales, since it's LG's entry OLED. Worth watching. And you? Which one would you pick? Let me know in the comments, both linked below with the current price.